5 signs your sleep habits are shaping your future health. Sleep is the foundation of your health, especially in your teens and early 20s, when your body and brain are still developing. It's not just about feeling refreshed. It impacts your mental clarity, academic performance, emotional resilience, and long-term physical well-being. In these formative years, when late-night study sessions, social media, and busy schedules often take priority, it's easy to skimp on sleep or develop poor habits. But the choices you make now can either set you up for a vibrant, healthy future or lay the groundwork for chronic health issues like obesity, depression, or heart disease. The good news? Your body sends clear signals about whether your sleep habits are supporting or undermining your health, giving you a chance to make changes before problems take root. In this article, we're diving into 5 research-backed signs, drawn from the National Sleep Foundation, CDC, and other scientific sources, that your sleep patterns may predict your future health. By the end, you'll know exactly what to watch for and how to build sleep habits that safeguard your well-being for years to come. Stay with us until the end, because you might be overlooking small habits that could have a massive impact on your future. Let's get started and uncover what your sleep is telling you about your health. Sign 1. Irregular sleep schedule. One of the most critical signs that your sleep habits are shaping your future health is an irregular sleep schedule, where bedtimes and wake-up times vary significantly from day to day. According to a 2020 study in the Journal of Sleep Research, inconsistent sleep patterns disrupt your body's circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep, metabolism, and mood. This disruption is linked to increased risks of obesity, depression, and even cardiovascular issues later in life. Imagine 2 students, Mia and Ethan, both 19 years old. Mia sticks to a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed around 11 p.m. and waking up at 7 a.m., even on weekends. She feels energized and focused during her classes. Ethan, however, has erratic sleep habits, staying up until 2 a.m. on weeknights for gaming or studying, sleeping in until noon on weekends, and napping irregularly. He assumes it's just part of college life. But what he doesn't realize is that his irregular schedule could be throwing off his circadian rhythm, setting him up for weight gain, mood instability, or chronic health issues down the road. Why does an irregular sleep schedule matter? Your circadian rhythm synchronizes hormones like melatonin and cortisol, which control sleep, energy, and stress. Inconsistent bedtimes confuse this system, leading to poor sleep quality, increased appetite, and emotional imbalances. The Journal of Sleep Research found that irregular sleepers have a higher risk of obesity and depression by their 30s. The good news? You can stabilize your sleep schedule. Aim for a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends, allowing 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Create a relaxing pre-sleep routine, like reading or meditating, and avoid drastic changes in your schedule. If your sleep times are all over the place, don't ignore it. Start tracking your bedtimes for a week and gradually shift to a routine. Ask yourself, do you go to bed and wake up at similar times each day? Or is your schedule chaotic? A steady sleep rhythm today builds a healthier future. If you're finding this information valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Now, let's move on to the next sign. Sign 2. Frequent nighttime screen use. Frequent use of screens, phones, tablets, or laptops before bed is a major sign that your sleep habits could be shaping your future health. According to a 2021 study from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep, leading to insomnia and weakened immunity. If you're scrolling or streaming late into the night, your sleep quality may be suffering. Consider 2 young adults, Liam and Sophie, both 22 years old. Sophie avoids screens an hour before bed, opting for a book or music to wind down, and falls asleep easily, waking up refreshed. Liam, however, spends hours on his phone or laptop before bed, texting, watching videos, or gaming. He struggles to fall asleep and feels groggy in the morning, assuming it's just stress. What Liam doesn't realize is that his screen use is disrupting melatonin production, reducing his sleep quality and potentially weakening his immune system over time. Why does nighttime screen use matter? Blue light mimics daylight, tricking your brain into staying alert when it should be winding down. This delays sleep onset, shortens deep sleep stages, and disrupts your body's repair processes. The NIH study links chronic blue light exposure to increased risks of insomnia, mood disorders, and even immune dysfunction. The good news? You can protect your sleep. Set a screen curfew at least 1 to 2 hours before bed. Use blue light blocking glasses if you must use devices, and dim screen brightness or enable night mode. Create a screen-free bedtime routine, like journaling or stretching, to signal relaxation. If you're glued to screens at night, don't ignore it. Track your screen time before bed and start cutting back. Ask yourself, do you avoid screens before bed, or are you scrolling late? Limiting screen use today can safeguard your sleep and health tomorrow. If you're still with me and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Let's keep going. Sign 3, daytime fatigue. Persistent daytime fatigue, where you feel tired or sleepy despite sleeping enough, is a clear sign that your sleep habits are shaping your future health. According to the CDC, 2022, poor sleep quality, whether from interruptions, shallow sleep, or disorders, raises the risk of anxiety, depression, and heart disease. If you're yawning through the day or struggling to stay alert, your sleep may not be restorative. Picture 2 college students, Ava and Noah, both 20 years old. Ava wakes up feeling rested after 8 hours of sleep, stays focused during lectures, and has energy for her part-time job. She prioritizes a calm sleep environment and avoids caffeine late in the day. Noah, however, feels tired all day, even after sleeping 7 to 8 hours, nodding off in class and dragging through his tasks. He assumes it's just a busy semester, but what he doesn't realize is that his daytime fatigue could be a sign of poor sleep quality, possibly due to stress, an uncomfortable mattress, or an undiagnosed issue like sleep apnea. Why does daytime fatigue matter? Sleep is when your body repairs tissues, consolidates memories, and regulates hormones. Poor sleep quality prevents these processes, leading to fatigue that affects mental health, cognitive performance, and physical health. The CDC notes that chronic fatigue is linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular issues and mental health disorders. The good news? You can improve sleep quality. Create a dark, quiet, cool sleep environment. Avoid caffeine or heavy meals in the evening, and stick to a consistent sleep schedule. If you're persistently tired during the day, don't brush it off. Consult a doctor for a sleep study or tests to rule out disorders like insomnia or apnea. Try this. Rate your daytime energy on a scale of 1 to 10 for a week. If it's consistently low, take action, because restful sleep today means a healthier future. If you're finding this article useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here, and consider subscribing for more content like this. Now, let's move on to the next sign. Sign 4, difficulty falling asleep. Taking over 30 minutes to fall asleep most nights is a significant sign that your sleep habits could be shaping your future health. According to a 2019 study in Sleep Medicine Reviews, difficulty falling asleep, or sleep onset latency, may indicate stress, anxiety, or early insomnia, all linked to cognitive decline and chronic health issues over time. If you're lying awake, unable to drift off, your sleep patterns may need adjustment. Think about 2 young adults, Emma and Lucas, both 21 years old. Emma falls asleep within 10 to 15 minutes of going to bed, thanks to a relaxing routine of reading and avoiding screens. She wakes up feeling refreshed. Lucas, however, often lies awake for 45 minutes or more, his mind racing with thoughts about school or work. He assumes it's normal to take a while to fall asleep, but what he doesn't realize is that his difficulty could be a sign of chronic stress or early insomnia, which may impact his brain health and increase health risks in the future. Why does difficulty falling asleep matter? Falling asleep quickly is a sign of a healthy sleep drive and relaxed nervous system. Prolonged sleep onset can signal elevated cortisol, stress hormone levels, poor sleep hygiene, or underlying mental health issues, all of which disrupt restorative sleep. The The Sleep Medicine Review's study found that chronic sleep onset issues are linked to cognitive impairments and mood disorders. The good news? You can improve sleep onset. Establish a calming pre-sleep routine, like deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation, and avoid stimulants like caffeine after 2 p.m. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and screen-free. If it takes you over 30 minutes to fall asleep most nights, don't ignore it. Consult a doctor or therapist to address stress, anxiety, or insomnia. Ask yourself, do you fall asleep easily, or are you tossing and turning? A quick drift into sleep today supports a healthier tomorrow. If you're still reading and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Let's move on to the final sign. Sign 5, short sleep duration. Consistently sleeping less than 7 hours per night is a major sign that your sleep habits are shaping your future health. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, 2023, short sleep duration increases the risk of diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, as it disrupts hormones that regulate appetite, blood sugar, and stress. If you're regularly cutting sleep short, your long-term health may be at risk. Consider 2 teenagers, Olivia and Mason, both 18 years old. Olivia prioritizes 8 hours of sleep nightly, going to bed by 10 p.m. to feel alert for school and sports. She maintains a healthy weight and stable mood. Mason, however, averages 5 to 6 hours of sleep, staying up late for homework or social media. He feels okay but is often irritable and hungrier than usual. What Mason doesn't realize is that his short sleep duration could be disrupting his metabolism, increasing his risk of chronic diseases like diabetes or high blood pressure in the future. Why does short sleep duration matter? Sleep regulates critical hormones like insulin, ghrelin, hunger, and cortisol, stress. Less than 7 hours impairs these systems, leading to weight gain, insulin resistance, and cardiovascular strain. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine notes that chronic short sleep in young adults is a strong predictor of cardiometabolic diseases. The good news? You can prioritize longer sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours nightly by setting a consistent bedtime and limiting late-night distractions. Avoid all-nighters and nap strategically, 20 to 30 minutes, if needed, but don't rely on naps to replace nighttime sleep. If you're consistently getting less than 7 hours, don't accept it as normal. Track your sleep for a week and adjust your schedule. Ask yourself, are you getting at least 7 hours of sleep, or are you cutting it short? Prioritizing sleep today builds a healthier future. If you're finding this article helpful, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here, and consider subscribing for more content like this. Let's wrap this up with some final thoughts. Final thoughts. Now that you've explored these 5 signs, irregular sleep schedule, frequent nighttime screen use, daytime fatigue, difficulty falling asleep, and short sleep duration, take a moment to reflect on your own sleep habits. Are you seeing signs of healthy sleep, or are there patterns that need attention? The good news is that your sleep habits are within your control, and the choices you make in your teens and early 20s are an investment in your lifelong health. Start today by setting a consistent sleep schedule, limiting screens before bed, creating a restful sleep environment, and aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep nightly. Manage stress with relaxation techniques, and avoid caffeine or heavy meals late in the day. If you're experiencing persistent fatigue, trouble falling asleep, or short sleep, don't wait. Consult a doctor or sleep specialist for a sleep study or evaluation. Your sleep is the cornerstone of your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, and building strong habits now can ensure a future full of vitality. Don't let poor sleep habits define your health. Prioritize sleep today, and set the stage for a thriving life.